I'm sharing it.
No, it was visible. Yeah.
Is it visible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So, okay. We'll talk about the front page later. This is not like the immediate issue. Okay, so like the first thing I'm observing is like there are little small things like
I can't see anything. Madhu, can you see
Yeah.
the screen?
Yes.
I can't see anything. Wait, let me just rejoin this meeting.
can you see now?
Yeah, I can see Sagar. Shatabdi, can you see?
No, I still can't see anything. It's just a blank screen. Okay, tell me what are the problems, schedule problems. I don't understand.
Shall I try, Sagar?
Actually, the whole
Shall I try and then you can go ahead? Shall I try with that?
Sorry?
Shall I try sharing my screen?
Okay.
Yeah.
She left the call.
Yeah, she'll join again. Who am I, right?
Physical boundaries.
Okay. I will have to download it, I guess.
The only problem is with the video बनवण्याचा विचार करत होतो. But the screen recording that I have is like it gathers a lot of memory within few minutes. So I was just thinking, how would I share it in the first place?
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah. Just a second, Shatabdi.
I'm just joining in 5 minutes. Just now.
Okay. I'm just opening the comic. And I'm also recording it so that, you know. Okay, now I think. Oh God, yeah. A Chrome tab. Can you see now? Both of you? Sagar?
I can see.
Shatabdi?
I still can't see. Let me see. Something's wrong with my network, I think.
Or maybe
just
can
seeing the
you
plan.
can you open the comic book on your screen and then we will see.
It's open on my laptop.
Okay, so I'll go page by page then.
Okay.
So yeah, Sagar, go ahead. This is page cafe page.
Just a minute.
It's gonna be a bit hard to explain like this.
Maybe you can open on yours. I'll stop mine.
Okay. Shatabdi, can you try changing the layout or something? Or like, are you joined via phone or laptop?
Sorry?
Are you joined via phone or laptop?
I have joined by phone.
Yeah, so I'll suggest you if you can join via laptop.
Okay. Let me check the Wi-Fi. It's not connecting. I'm reconnecting it.
Okay.
Ayantika, you have joined twice. Like from
Actually,
two
I
accounts.
I have joined from my laptop as well as my phone.
Okay.
Because like my microphone, like my laptop's microphone doesn't work. That's why.
Sagar, can you share the screen till then?
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, you can tell Ayantika about the first page, because I guess similarly she has made the second page, second book's page. So Ayantika, as this goes on the app, there would be some picture here on the first page, on the cover page, rather than logo. Logo would be just a small part of it.
So, yeah, so the thing is that logo should not have to be this big for any like comic or anything. It should have been like a small logo in whether left side or right side, or maybe right side preferable. So yeah, front page has to more do with the characters and what the
Topic is
story is
about.
Hello?
about.
Hello, can you just wait 2 minutes so that I can write down these points?
Yeah.
I'm video recording it as well, Ayantika. Don't worry. But yeah, you write it down.
Just a minute, let me take.
Yeah.
Madhvi, how do you record?
I'm recording on phone.
Oh, okay. मैं कारण की एक NVIDIA चा येतो, but that like takes a lot of space. It takes about about 165 MB a minute at least.
Oh my god.
So the first page is like an intro page to what the comic book is about, like whatever subject it's on. So I would suggest preferably have the that met logos very small and at the right side. Okay, number one. Number two, have a illustration-ish kind of first page, like a cover page, what I mean is. Okay, so like be creative with it and stuff like that. Then, now that the cover page is done, should we wait for Shatabdi? Then this comic called Assertiveness, Stand Up for Yourself. So, like, this is what I meant. Like when I saw this title called Stand Up for Yourself, that means like a power sort of thing, right? Like grab the power, like stand up for yourself. So that time I like made this क्या कहते हैं, cover page to show like from different angles those two characters like standing up for something or like looking at something and being powerful. So that was the thought process. Then later Kishore designed this as a cover page. So this cover page, I'm not talking about the art style. I'm talking about in general what it means and what it would say. Okay, art style can be anything going forward. Like whatever art style the comic book is in, you can do that. Generally, that's the idea. Few people, what they do is like they can make the cover page in different art style altogether. But generally, you don't want to mislead the viewer by saying this is the art style and another art style. So, yeah, generally it's preferable whatever art style you're doing for the comic, do that for the cover page as well.
Actually, I did that part as an establishment shot the first. panel which I did. I wanted I did it for the establishing shot, not as a cover one. I'll add it.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah, yours one makes more sense.
yeah, but that's the thing. Like I am not sure how the comic book is going to be in phone. But anyhow, if it's gonna show one page at a time, then
Yeah, so cover page will be will be shown, and then others would be in boxes like in webtoon, but the first page would be like how it is.
No, actually, in other comics which I saw, I wanted to show this one as the first page. That means logo, and as we scroll down, it's showing the establishing shot. So the first page to the cover itself.
listen. Whatever we told you when you first joined, that we are trying this layout of like continuing page. Okay, so like put it on a hold, like because we don't know how the layout is going to look like in phone. So maybe you can forward me the webtoons that you did, and I will take a call on it. But for now, if you are proceeding with comic book, go one A4 page at a time.
Actually, I can't hear you properly. There's some background noise.
Madhu, I think there's a yeah. So I'm saying that go one A4 page at a time. Don't do the continuous thingy. Okay.
This measurement, actually Kishore told me this measurement, it was like 800 by something, I guess.
Sorry.
800 pixel into 4000 pixel, this size. Kishore told me to do it according to this size, that's why I did it.
So like you're saying this.
The page ends here.
Yeah, so like I'm seeing this page starts over here and ends over here, right?
Yeah.
So
This one, the page ends over here.
I guess Sagar, this style is fine. The only thing is, but still, our as the app is also that made, right, Ayantika? So having logo doesn't make a lot of sense. We can have a small logo to the right hand side, as he mentioned, and we can have the picture of this comic book like he has shown.
Yeah, so I'm saying if this is one page,
No,
don't
not
do.
one page. Go to the top. Just go to the top. The page starts here. Now scroll down. Scroll down. It ends here.
Okay, I'll talk to Kishore about this. I'll get things cleared up. But let's see. Like I'm just saying, don't go. But I'll give you my answer by tomorrow. I'll talk to Kishore about it. Okay, so that's done. Now let's talk about art style. First of all, I think we had decided to go with Kishore's art style, which I don't know why it's not followed. Because we had discussed, right, that simple.
No, actually, about this comic, I was following Kishore's art style, and I sent a sample to Kishore. Then Kishore told me that the characters are being repeated. Like these characters were in previous comics. So he said that because of that reason, we have to repeat, we have to do in this kind of art style.
Okay, fair enough. There is a confusion, but it doesn't matter what characters are beforehand. Now, if we are taking a decision to go forward with a certain art style, we don't want to look back now at what was done. It's a creative decision, and you don't have to stick to rules that these characters were previously done in this art style, so they have to be carried out in this similar art style. So I'm saying this character can be adapted for the new art styles as well. Okay, so that's one thing. Then talking about
Sagar, just a second, let me just jump in here. So Ayantika, going forward, that we discussed yesterday also on the call, we'll keep it minimalistic. It will help you also to finish it easier, and as it is quick to do, it will be better for the team also. Yeah, that's all.
now the second page, if you see this cafe, okay, so I have like two things to go with. Like, first of all, in real life, in the real world, we don't know any cafe which has such a big, you know, billboard and something like that, like to show that hey, this cafe is like this big. So in terms of like design, I would suggest take up.
Actually, I didn't. The cafe wasn't designed in this way. This depends upon Shweta because she changed it a bit. It
Okay,
wasn't
okay.
looking
No. See. Look, whatever corrections I'm trying to tell you guys here, it's for both of you, and whoever is in charge of that department over there, they can like follow through on it. So, like, this is in general advice, technically, if you see. So okay, so like what I'm saying, I'll suggest is take some like real life references. I'm pretty sure you'll find some cafes in that too. Like if you want to show them like a flat perspective, there still would be, I think, a lot of references. Then continuing forward, that I'm seeing is like if you see here in this pillar, first of all, the pillars are of two different shape. Don't know why. Let's have a consistency, and there is a very white border. Okay. Now this might not just be visible in your screen right now, but I am seeing this, and this problem like here also. This problem becomes bigger further. Okay. So now look here. Do you see? I see a white spot right here, and then there is this line of white going near between brown and black. If I scroll down, then you see in the head there is like between the hair and skin color there is still a white mark. Then like scroll down, I can see the white mark in ear. Then this thing hair.
Also, Sagar, if you go up, the blue in between the hair is looking.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed this part as well. So, like you see, this whole background is supposed to be this skyish kind of blue, and suddenly I see like a pieces of parts that are not done. Okay, this thing, like this problem, like continues throughout the comic. That one thing. Second thing is like this hand, like this suddenly becomes like anatomically, it becomes really huge for this one person. Don't know why. Like I would suggest, like if you're drawing something like she's saying Rohit Pia here, like she's trying to call someone hi. Like I would suggest like sit and ask your family member or anyone to take your picture while saying hi or something, that for your reference, or just take up anything from internet like a person saying hi. Have a reference, because again, like the hand is like very weirdly huge, and the thumb, while we are looking at our palm, the way I look at thumb and then I like flip the palm, that's how the thumb looks like. The thumb is basically very anatomically incorrect. So like just take a look. Then next thing is like what we found is like the characters. So the characters looks completely like different in every, like now right here she's looking same. That's okay, but like most of the time they're looking completely different, and I'll show you the examples going down. So again, this is the problem I was telling you about. There is like a white color between this, don't know why. So yeah, so you see like the difference of character from this to this. Like I'm seeing a lot of inconsistency where like for example, you decided to draw eyes like this, okay, and it's all fine that you decided to draw eyes like this. Going down there again, like weirdly there is a white color like how we have in our actual eyes, the pupil and stuff like that. I'm seeing this. So like there is no consistency. I either keep this one or keep that one. This one went from a simple comic book style to a manga style, and like again like next level. So I'll come down to colors like in a minute. I'm just going all over overall the comic right now. Then one thing I'm seeing is like what do you say? Uh, Line work. Line work. I would suggest like don't scribble. Like have a smooth one going on. Line work because it looks like inconsistent a bit. And yeah, and I would suggest don't use this whitish whatever you're trying to use for light that is coming around because that looks really weird. And I'll give you like what I will suggest is stick to only light and shadow. Okay, that's it. Don't add these white lines of light that is coming from somewhere. So yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, and like the characters look again they look a bit different in every like panel. So like I'd suggest like look at here like anatomically I'm seeing the hand is like a size of a puppy hand, and the character is this huge, and the hand is this small. So I'm saying in terms of art style, anybody can have a unique art style or a different art style, but like we are trying to also be feasible at the same time with the art style. So like like improve on this anatomy and thing. So that one thing. Now look here, like suddenly the character looks so like small first of all compared to this guy. This guy looks huge. If they're sitting on this table, there won't be like this big of perspective differences. This guy is beforehand, so he is this huge and so. And talking about facial features again, like I'm seeing she's completely different what I'm seeing here. Like they don't look the same. That's why I would suggest again what I was saying before is like beforehand when maybe Shatabdi can do it or while Ayantika is doing storyboards or like beforehand what you can do is like any one of you can decide to do at least 3/4 side face and front face of characters so that like how they look like. And we are using anyways like limited character. They are not like 50-60 characters popping out, so it should be like easy if you're keeping the art style also same at the same time. So it should be fairly easy for you to do a 3/4 side, a 3/4 face, so side profile and a front face. So to keep the characters consistent, and once you draw, you will know like how the character looks like. So like when you're actually drawing the comic, you can have it consistency. Then I'm seeing this glass is like going tilted sideways first of all, and this glass is huge like compared to this. Like this is the size of the glass in the previous comic. This is like next level huge. Again, like one more thing, like here I'm seeing the spots again, white coming along. Here I'm seeing it, and I don't know why like. So like the table is supposed to be near her hands here. I'm seeing that she's shrunken down inside the table. Don't know why. It just looks weird. Like remove the table. Like it's not necessary right now to show this table. She can just have like the rest of her body shown here. Again, this if she's sitting right in front of them, she won't be like this small. She looks like a child sitting in front of these two adults, which again looks weird. Then
So maybe you can remove Sakshi in that picture, right? That will also do.
Yeah, she's if what you can do is like actually she has dialogue. Okay, so what you can do is like remove this line right here, whatever I'm seeing, and extend this table till what here, and we can show rest of the Sakshi's body here, and you can move these dialogues over here and sort like that, or yeah. And coming downstairs is like coming down. It's like again I'm seeing these white borders, or like white borders in colors, or like color left out of everywhere. That one thing. Again, these white lines look really, really weird. So we should do something about it. Again, you see like the eyes right here. We go from like this art style to again a manga-ish looking. I don't mind any of the art style. It's just that like stick to one. Like either have that white color in the eyes or don't. Like that's up to you. But stick to one. Yeah, see, Sakshi here looks completely like different as a different character or altogether. Uh, yeah, the thumb is missing a color over here. I'm looking. Uh, that if you kind of see like light and shadow way, there won't be any light hitting here, right? Like this all area would be in the shadow rather than any light hitting here. So that's why I'm saying avoid these white lines. And the one thing that the problem is if you put this white lines, right? These characters, they're actually human, but I kind of see them right now. They look like a porcelain or like a very metallic objects. So if you put more of these white lines, that means the skin looks. That means the reason behind it is that the skin is reflective as hell, and that's why they look like reflective or feels in that way, even though they look human. If you see, like he looks a bit different in every again panel. See here, the white color is like still there. Background is grayish blue, but there's still white colors everywhere. And yeah, then going down. Seeing these are mostly same problems. Then hold up.
Here
Again,
the
like
face.
the facial
Yeah, this face is
consistency, like
deformed. It looks like
ana-
this, especially.
anatomically wise, like it looks a bit weird. Like he's having like I don't know, like alienish head, I would say. So yeah, and here then if you see the white color is still there, where there's supposed to be skin color. This looks like her eyes literally like anatomically where it should be here. It's like separated altogether like here, and it's weird to look at. Then if you see here, I'm seeing white colors again, and if you see closely, I'm also seeing in his hair this white, very thin white line. I'll get back to you about this right now after like I've talked about comic. Like look here, like this line is penetrating this hand, the table line that I'm seeing. Okay,
And here the
then this
Sakshi's face is
background
deformed.
color. Sorry.
The Sakshi's face here looks different.
Yeah.
It's deformed.
So basically, these are the problems altogether in like the whole comic book that the faces look really deformed. And if you see again, there's a white color gap over here. The background is bleeding into the next background. Like there is no consistency. Then like look here, like anatomically, this looks wrong. You know. I like this part where you have explained stuff and so this looks really good, simple and good.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, this looks good. Yeah, like there is a bit of consistency and stuff, but I would suggest like again, like if I'm seeing a T-shirt and there is a gap here, that it would be a darker green rather than you leaving it white color. So yeah, you see here like what's going on in the hair. Like there is supposed to be, I guess, black color over here, which is not being done.
And also the moustache seems to be falling down.
Which one?
The moustache.
Yeah, this one. Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you see, like there are still borders in mustache and stuff like that. Like it's really inconsistent. And technically, if you see, mustache of people always start from the bottom of the nose in center. If the nose is here, the mustache is like all the way to the left, which like technically it does not make sense that way. So again, if you see, the color is left out of here in some parts. This hand looks really, really, really weird. Like, guys, like, go for simple hand. Like, don't try to stylize hands. Like this one, the anatomically she just looks weird. Then I'm seeing there is no color filled over here. There is white color appearing suddenly here. And again, eyes are having white color. Few of them are just like black lines in here. Again, color is not filled. In this, though, there is one time there is white color over here. There isn't any white color. Like, see, I don't mind if you like take a reference photo and trace over it, but like have a consistency in that way. I mean, when we write something, we don't write in like this way. The pen does not go under our skin. The pen goes over our hand, right? So these are like small things that you should keep in your mind. Here, I would say this is a cloud, but like this, her hairband isn't supposed to be white. I'll say take a maybe this blue color of the tie to match, but don't keep it white. It just looks weird in this all sense. And if this character looks a bit different, I don't know if I think this is supposed to be the other character. Sorry, my bad. You see, like this the hairline is coming under the skin. Like have the line in consistency. Then, this is a major problem that I'm seeing. I don't know how you guys missed this, but like there is a big chunk of white color where it's supposed to be the background, whatever this yellow-ish color that's supposed to be there, but it's like there is no color over here. There's color missing here, then between her hair and stuff like that. Again, anatomically she looks weird. This thing is covered. Like this hand just looks weird. Like take a reference if you want. Take a photo of you getting cash out of a wallet or thing. I am not sure what this is technically like. If he or she is taking money out of wallet and placing the money somewhere, but I don't know what this gray thingy is. Might be important to story, but again, it looks just weird. Take a reference if you want.
Sagar, can you go up a little bit?
Oh, this thing I missed. Sorry, my bad. It's like I can see the scribbled lines still that you had done for the sketch. Like this blue colored thing, border and stuff like that.
Just go a little bit above, just go up. Just go up some more. Just go up. Here. Here Sakshi looks really, really weird. I mean.
This is the same, like I think they have used this Sakshi in like lot of places above the same drawing. So again, like this is, I would like appreciate you cheating out a bit and like using same, like that just shows that, like it can be done if done subtly. Like you are using the same images like after like every 7 or 8 panels, or like for example 4-5 panels, for like to convey if that is the same shot. But this looks anatomically weird in the same place. That's why like every time you have used it, it kind of gets embedded in my memory. Don't know why, because it looks weird in the first place. So what I'll do now is like I'll open Photoshop and like tell you guys what to do and what not to do.
So shall I stop recording now?
No, actually this is also important.
Okay.
So let's just say like this is the first of all, I'm using mouse again. Wait, hold up. I'll put up my background. Can you see my screen? Hello?
They all are on mute, I guess.
Yeah, Madhu, can you mute the microphone? There's a bit of disturbance. Okay.
I can see your screen.
Yeah. So, first of all, like, have separate layers, no matter what. Even if you're doing this, well and good, but in general, have separate layer. For example, this is layer 1. I'll just select a brush quickly. Yeah, for example, you're doing this bluish color, right? For example, and you do not have to use soft brush. I'm just showing you an example here. You don't have to follow exact same brushes and stuff. Yeah, for example, this is my background. Okay, this can be one of the backgrounds. So this is done. Now what I'll do is like now this background is done. I would create basically next layer to draw whatever. Like if for example, like there is this face ka scribble done and whatever this person and stuff like that. And yeah, the person is there. Wait a second, I am having problems with my background. Yeah. So the person is there, whatever, like this, you have done scribble. Next layer. Take this brush. Now I'll use maybe a soft brush or something like that. Sorry, not soft brush, round brush. Let me. Yeah, for example, like have this opacity jitter off while you're doing line work. I'm sure you know this. And for example, if I set 4 as my, line, it can be 5, 6. It's all up to you guys. So what I'll do is like whatever the scribble that I have done, I'll reduce the opacity, have my next layer, and make sure you have smoothing also on. This helps to have a better line quality. So like, this is a really big ear, which is not supposed to be, but yeah. So like, and also while you make this underline drawing, this you guys decide among yourself what kind of brush size that you're going to use. Now we'll see what happened. I use a 25 numbered brush, and I'm using 4 for the actual line work, and this is like what's happening. Like this is, I'm not tracing over it. That's the problem. So if you are doing the scribble also, do that in number 4 brush, number 4, 5 brush, and the same. Now what I am observing is like, for example, this is head and ear. So this is what's happening in comic book. Like there's line going over the ear line and stuff like that. So what I'll suggest is like have something like this, maybe. Have a consistency, don't have lines going like this. This can be also done, you can have, but again, doing this can increase 3D, but then again, there's a difference between me going like this, every artwork, or I can increase maybe the ear so that this looks that the ear is ahead of our face. This just conveys. Like if I were to make a mistake like this line going ahead, this would look weird. Again, decide what's like, ahead of the screen and stuff like that. Now that's done. For example, like this line work is done, whatever. So like go next level and next layer. And now what I'll suggest is, like, when you are looking at the colors, okay, try to use, like, from now on we will use Kishore's art style, obviously, but when right now, for example, for this comic book, try to use color in this range only. Okay, don't go over here. The max you can do is like in this bit of range, because what happens is, like, when the colors are close to gray, right? For example, sorry, if the colors are close to gray, and what they do is, like, I can see that communicating far better with each other. As to comparison, if I use this color, like a very brightish yellow, and then like I go and use maybe this color, so you see what's happening, like, to and person who is looking at this is far better looking, like, than this is just colors popping up on your eyes and stuff like that. So we can have that. And if while doing comic book you want to, like, emphasize, like, for example, these are the colors we are using for characters and background, but the character is doing something really important in comic book, and you want to show that, you want to give an emphasis on what they are doing. So if the colors are muted this way, what you can do is just, like, take a bit of, like, more saturated color, and I should increase the color. Yeah. Now what I'm doing is, like, if character is doing something important, again my eye goes to this point, because, like, this is completely, like, different from these desaturated colors. So that's how you can give maybe emphasis in your artwork and stuff like that. Yeah, that's one thing. And okay, now this thing is done nearly. Okay, for example, like, when you're doing a screen and if there isn't a blue color per se, like, what you guys have done is, like, there are sometimes what you like a solid orange colors and stuff like that. I don't mind, whatever works for you, go for it. So just, like, take the paint bucket tool and fill it up. What I'm seeing is, like, there is like a very bit of, places where I'm hold up bit of places where I'm seeing there is white colors and stuff like that, like these type of things. Like, don't do that. Like, take a paint bucket tool on the new background layer and just add the entire color, that way we avoid inconsistency. Then, like, I'll make one more new color. Now that I'm seeing this is the technique that you are using, and I would suggest to not use this technique, because this is what kind of creating the problem. For example, we have face, so whoever is coloring now, I think this is what they are using. It's like for example, they are tracing out the face, whatever near the line work, and now that it's done, you are using the paint bucket tool and doing this, filling out the color to make things faster to go. That's all okay, but now you see the problem. Like, this is, I can see the line over here, like outline over here every time, and this is what happened in comic book. Like, if I double click it, then it's fine, it's filling it up, but this is where you have left that. I can see the borders right now, and I have seen the borders in comic book also. Now, what I would suggest is do this, or at least double click and see if there are no borders. That can be easy for you, because I'll tell you why. For example, this is a shape that I'm drawing. So there are two things that you can go forward with. I'm creating new there. Either use lasso tool and, like, just trace the path over here. Now we have this good thing that nobody is gonna look what is behind this black lines. Nobody is going to investigate. Hold up. So what you can do is, rather not lasso tool, sorry, my bad. you can directly paint you can directly paint behind it, that you can do. Or if you want to save time, then you might as well make the borders like what you have done in previous comic book, like make such border like this. Double click. Now you see, like there is no as such this thing. And now that I'm seeing that I have drawn a bit more outside the what do you say, the border. So I'll just take a eraser for now. And erase this part. Now it looks also consistent at the same time. Now coming back to this thing, layer, shadows. Okay, so now what I've done is there's this whatever purple color on this layer. What I'll do is like open up a new layer, okay, and just hold my Alt button between these two layers and click, so that it makes mask. I don't know if you know this already, you don't know this, but this is handy tip. So what's gonna happen is whatever I have drawn inside this layer, nothing's gonna like be drawn outside it. So that can be helpful. Even if I like scribble over here, nothing's gonna happen, because again we have created a mask. So that can be a helpful trick. And one thing I'm observing is like while we are doing shadow layer, so what you guys are doing is like you're using way too contrasting color. For example, this is the base color and this is the shadow color that you're using. So what's happening is like you're using a bit muted color in the background, then we see this huge contrast and it's unpleasing to eyes. So what I'll suggest is like if this is the purple color, maybe use a bit, just a tad bit darker and saturated color. So it's more pleasing towards eyes no matter what. Okay, this is a, wait, hold up, I will create. So like you see, like this is creating a, hold up, this is creating a very high level contrast in comparison to this. Like this is more pleasing towards eye, and this is like very contrasty. So I'm just saying for shadow layer, don't use a lot of contrasting colors. And one more thing is like don't put this white color at all. For now, just forget about the the white color layer. Like what I'm saying is like whether doing this, don't put this. This looks just a tad bit weird. So I would suggest just forget about it fully. And the major thing is keep layers separate no matter what. What I'm like looking at is like, for example, I don't know if this exact thing that has happened. For example, like this is, for example, whatever we are doing, this is the line. Hold up. Sorry. This is the line work for whatever the object, and if what I'm so hold on. This is like whatever the object, and like I think you are doing this in the exact same layer. If not, well and good, but just keep the layer separate. Like if I'm about to paint this, Yeah, I think this is how you're going with it. So I would suggest don't, or at least if you're going through it, just double tap so that the color is fully filled. So yeah, that's it from my side. Like I am thinking